back from a quick break. So you talked about Black Wrestlers Matter, man. There was some more. So Cinko, man, we have a thing on this year's program called "You Can't Spell Wrestling Without STL." So you talked about the history of pro wrestling in St. Louis, and we definitely highlight that. But one thing that was history, and definitely one for the history books, was the Royal Rumble.
Yes, it was.
Royal Rumble that was here at the Dome at America Center. It dusted the cobwebs out the dome.
Man, right?
They got the pine saw out, the edge out.
They made it look nice on the inside. I didn't recognize it.
Me neither. Have you seen it on TV yet too? Like,
right.
It looks like someplace in like LA or something like that.
And the chairs on the ground, they were conference center chairs. They weren't regular folding chairs neither.
Right. They showed up. They showed out for it. It was like, yo, we ain't using this for nothing else, so we gonna make it look goods, as Booker T say. Right. So we got to give the live show recap. But first, we had some listeners comment on what they thought about the Royal Rumble. So let's get into the listener comments first, man. So on Instagram, we had the homie Sam at SLDOS. He said, "Can't lie, I was disappointed with most of it."
Well, yeah, I understand. I mean,
totally makes sense.
Yeah, if you're not there live in attendance, and of course we're biased because it's in our hometown, of course we're going to say it's great. Right. Yeah, they could have had Triple H out there wrestling a broom. We probably would think the best match ever.
Right. I agree.
I get it. I mean, after going back and looking at it, like, I guess, some of I think the women's Royal Rumble match probably had more surprises that people did expect and didn't expect. I think there were some opportunities with the men's Royal Rumble, in my opinion. Some work to be done there, but that always goes to my topic about WWE need to produce stars. And once again, they're not doing that, because I saw Goldberg on my damn TV screen Friday night. WrestleMania again.
We'll get to that in a second. We'll get to that. Let's come back to that in a second. But other comment. We have one more comment. My big brother Vaughn at VRSJ on Instagram. He commented. Yes, sir. What up, Vaughn? He said, "This is the first premium live event that I've watched in a while. Definitely better than a weekly programming, but not pay-per-view quality. I could have done without the men's Rumble."
Yep.
So
understood.
I think it's at a consensus that the men's Rumble could have been a little bit better,
For sure.
I think it's safe to say that the Forbidden Door, that term again, the Forbidden Door was knocked down as the UFC and WWE are doing business with each other, with UFC fighters winning both the Royal Rumbles.
Exactly.
We go come back to that as well. But Cinko, man, for your live recap, I guess, if you want to give it a letter grade, however you want to rate it, man, what did you think about the Royal Rumble?
All right, if I'm giving it a letter grade from a live, because this is how I said, because one of my friends asked me how was a Rumble, no, just a non-wrestling fan, and I said, if just for the regular fan that's not really into wrestling, just casually watching it, it was a great show. I would say that, because if somebody just saw like, oh my God, that's Ronda Rousey, they was like, oh my God, like Brock Lesnar or something like that, or just saw like all like the random famous people that just popped up here and there, they would say it. So like on that end, I would give it a B+ for live attendance for a regular fan, but for like an actual wrestling fan, I'm not gonna disrespect this. Like I'll probably say C+.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because like the thing about like the quality embodied within the actual show was actually good. I think what got to us were the results. And I don't want to knock a whole show off based off of the result at the end of the match, because stuff leading up to, like, the whole show was good, like, all in all. Like, Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, solid. I like the whole thing, phenomenal, begin to end. I even like how it ended, because that's how it was supposed to end, even with the aftermath after how the match ended. I liked how it happened. Dude dropping Becky Lynch, it was a great match, It's probably one of the matches that you would expect to be that good, but actually, like, for in-ring competition, it was probably top tier. It's probably like one of the top two matches on the card. you know, and it was quote unquote supposed to be like the filler too, but it wasn't. It actually did work. With the whole couple versus couple match, it was cool. It did what it was supposed to do, put over Edge and Beth Phoenix. And what other match? Oh yeah, Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar.
Great match.
Good match. Like I said, it was a good match. It's what you expect from how Brock Lesnar wrestles, and like I don't expect to get anything or surprising from Brock Lesnar, because you're not. You're gonna get your suplexes, you're gonna get your smack talking, and you're gonna get your interferences with the manager. That's how it's supposed to go. But how it ended the right way, because it wasn't supposed to make one of those two wrestlers look weak if somebody lost clean. So I like that. And for the Royal Rumble, no, the Royal Rumble was good. No, the women's Royal Rumble was better than the men's Royal Rumble, in my opinion. So all in all, that was fair. But I just wasn't as satisfied with the men's Royal Rumble, because for one, it was saturated with tag teams. Secondly, it wasn't as many quote unquote surprises. I mean, you could say that, oh, Drew McIntyre came back, from his injury. But the thing about it is, like, he wasn't gone long enough to be like, oh my God, Drew McIntyre is back.
Exactly.
Shane McMahon, that was a good, comeback. I liked it when I just saw him out in person. Bad Bunny, that was cool too. But like, really, that was it. Because I'm pretty sure all the real wrestling fans knew that when Brock Lesnar lost that match, he was going to be in the Royal Rumble. Yep. Down easy. Like, we all knew that. Like, that was just coming. Because, like, already knew Randy Orton was going to come out last. And when he came out 29, I'm like, yeah, Lesnar's going to be 30, obviously. But all in all, like I said, good show. Not going to knock the product because of the results, but, like, all in all, I liked it. So.
Okay. One of the things. Rated R, what about your rating for it?
Before I touch on that, one of the things I wanted to piggyback on that you talked about, Cinko, was the quality that WWE did for the show.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to give my hat to them in really the city of St. Louis. Like, the advertising and getting the word of mouth about this show. Man,
it was great.
It was phenomenal.
Right.
Every digital and regular billboard within a 50-mile radius inside the city had a Royal Rumble a graphic, or they had like that card game. Hell, they still got the card game on 170 right now.
Right.
I saw that.
The digital boards that are downtown on the bus stops, if you walk around, like this, if you see it behind me on Market, there's a digital they have digital backgrounds for the Royal Rumble. All in all, man, they did a great job advertising this event. Put the way they made it, it felt like how Mania felt, to be honest with you. It felt like a Mania.
Right.
I'm getting my parents asking me if I'm going to the Royal Rumble.
Exactly.
What the hell? Like, what y'all watching it? They pubbed it like the shout out to the news affiliates. They're having people come on to the show and talk about it. I don't know if it was on ESPN or not, but they made it feel big time. And that's, like I said, when WWE does stuff right, they do it right. And that's why I always tell y'all that that AEW ain't being WWE. That's a whole nother topic. But as far as what they did with just pubbing the show, A+.
Yeah, but publicity definitely was up there. Like, it really was. And also how they were working in the community as well.
Yes. Yes.
Because I know I saw, well, besides, they had Randy Orton interview like on the news channels, but they had actually one of another St. Louis wrestler with Reggie actually in the community for like the whole week, going around to inner city areas, the east side, schools in the county, just doing promotional work and just community service work with Titus O'Neil and Daniel Brooke and them. So like that was a good look too as well. And also thank you, like, as a great opportunity for him just to actually just display and just show somebody like us can make it this far in the big leagues coming from this neighborhood, Right. No, just shout out to Radar, because obviously he was from the real suburbs and everything. Reggie was actually from the hood, right. West side, everything. So here,
shout out to Beaumont,
right?
But man, if I had to give it a grade, I'll give it a solid B, in my opinion. Kind of agreeing on the touch points of Cinko. That's what you said there. You knew what was going to happen at the end of that men's Royal Rumble. Surprises, there were opportunities there where they could have did a little. I mean, the group we were sitting there, mind you, maybe a couple of drinks had something to do with what we were saying, but there were the surprises that we were saying that they didn't.
One in a couple.
And like my dumb ass was saying, "Yeah, The Rock coming back. He gonna fight wrong." Boy, was my dumb ass wrong. I think I even said here. I'm telling myself too. I think I said Jericho was gonna be in there, and I pulled up the damn lyrics to Judas because I was gonna get the whole.
He was getting ready to sing.
He legit pulled up the lyrics to Judas. That really happened.
But again, I might be a little biased, but I still think for what they offer and what really at the current landscape of what WWE is offering us right now, they work well with what they work with. So I give it a solid B.
Yeah, I think I have to go agree with both of y'all. Actually, I mean, Cinko, you gave it a B+. That was mine as well, and I come from it from a slightly different perspective as somebody that's kind of like, I don't really watch weekly. I don't really watch WWE weekly anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like more of the fan that they market to and stuff like the Royal Rumble. So for me, I was just like, okay. For example, I didn't know Drew McIntyre was gone.
That's another thing, because like he wasn't gone that long, and like in the back of my mind, I forgot like he was actually gone, you know, because I just like I do my best to like keep up like on a weekly basis. I'm like, I didn't feel like he was gone for that long. It was just like a month and like a week or two, but like
exactly
that's why he wasn't gone long enough to actually like make you think you missed. I'm like, oh shoot, Drew McIntyre's at number such and such. That's how I thought of it. I'm like, I didn't think he was actually gone. So yeah,
I thought maybe. So I usually keep up with stuff like on Reddit or Instagram, and I thought, okay, well maybe he just ain't did nothing crazy in a minute, so that's why none of those have picked him up. So when he came out, I was like, oh, okay, cool.
Exactly.
That's pretty good. But I mean, the Women's Rumble I think was doper than that. There were some legit surprises there. You know, like with like Alicia Fox and like Cameron, and you know there was a couple missed opportunities there. Like I think apparently it came off better on TV with Sonya Deville, where she came out, she was sitting in commentary when Cameron came out, and she was just like, oh yeah, her and Naomi are cool, right? And then that's when she jumped in the ring and threw her out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, that is pretty dope. So that was like the one thing that was lost, but I mean, match-wise, other than the WrestleMania sign being on fire and during Becky Lynch and Doudrop, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think I went to the bathroom, Edge and Beth Phoenix, and got something to eat. So, like you said, they were both matches that did what they were supposed to do. But over and all, I give it a B+, man, for real.
So who do you think had the biggest crowd reaction?
Orton. It was Orton by far. Orton.
I almost agree with you. I think it might have been Mickie James.
That too. Yeah, that too.
It was between the two. Like I was like, I think Mickie James may have a bigger reaction than Randy Orton, but I was Randy Orton gonna get the biggest reaction out of anybody because of hometown and everything. But like when Mickie James came out with that Impact Knockouts Women's title, and the whole crowd went crazy.
And I think, you know what, I give the crowd a lot of credit on that one, because I was thinking, okay, they might come out with her WWE music, but when you got the pop on the TNA/Impact music, I was like, oh, there's some real fans in here.
Yep,
some real fans in here today, man. Yep. I really appreciate that.
Yep. I was gonna ask. That brings up a good question, real quick.
Yep.
Who had the best Royal Rumble pop for a day? Well, if I say a debut, we all know the answer to that. But okay, fine. Who had the best Royal Rumble pop of all time? And I think we probably ought to be at a consensus.
Of all time?
I think we're going to be at consensus with this one. I don't think it's that hard.
It's between two people for me, honestly.
Yep.
It's between two people.
Who you got?
AJ Styles and Edge.
Yes, AJ Styles. I was going to say that would probably be my number one.
Yeah, so I would say number 3 is when Cena came back. That
was my number 3 too. That was number 3.
Those top 3 would be up there. Aside from like 1990s, you know, Ric Flair or something like that.
Here's the thing with me and AJ Styles. RBS introduced me to TNA with AJ Styles. The first TNA I ever saw was because of AJ Styles. I didn't know what he did.
It was AJ, Christopher Daniels, and Samoa Joe. Like,
that was my first match to watch TNA, and like you can't touch that. That's one of the best matches of all time, in my opinion. But just the way they did that whole setup, because that's when I was actually paying attention to New Japan when AJ was in the Bullet Club, and then I know when he didn't get released, he quit, he left.
Yeah.
And then all the subliminal tweets was coming out. I think John Cena posted AJ Styles' face on Instagram just on a humbug. And I'm like, okay, I know AJ Styles isn't ready to show up in the Royal Rumble. And I mean, to me, that was kind of when that forbidden door type of things kind of started with me. But seeing AJ Styles walk out there being number 3 in the Royal Rumble, like, okay, let's kick this off right against Roman.
Right. Oh. They started that off early. So that was perfect.
Yep.
It was a perfect time.
Yes.
I was gonna say credit to Vince, like, for not even really knowing who AJ was. Like, shout out to Chris Jericho too for like actually, you know, if you like that video, make sure that you click on the subscribe button on the left-hand side of this video to hear more from the We Coming For You cast.
And you know damn well you like that video, man. Don't waste my damn time. Subscribe.